I found freedom in the fact that I could say no to a man first date, third date, maybe after 3 months. I felt free, I felt empowered, and I had my own apartment, I had my own money, and I felt like this modern woman who can just be who she wants to be, who will never take bad behavior. And I felt so empowered, and I still feel like it is an empowering thing to be able to walk away instead of suffering through a relationship. But then there was a moment where I just started feeling so lonely, so empty, where everything didn't even make sense anymore. And I deeply craved a relationship, an intimate relationship where the two people would see each other emotions. I could tell my man how I felt, he could tell me. There would be physical intimacy, but in the safety of commitment, because this is what I wanted too. I wanted to know that this relationship that I love so much, invest so much, will last. And yet I couldn't get myself to get there because my comfort zone was to just say no, and I didn't know what to do. But then I figured it out, and then I attracted the love, the intimate relationship that makes me feel fulfilled, loved, and seen every single day. And guess what? Not only my dating life changed, my relationship changed, but every single relationship beside that also changed. The relationship with my girlfriends, with my family. I suddenly had the ability to have a loving, fulfilling relationship and still feel empowered and free. That was a mind-blowing moment, because before that, relationships meant for me you're stuck, you are miserable, you have to take bad behavior. I was like, I don't want that. My freedom isn't being alone, being single. Just like get away from that. Relationship? No, thank you. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you what I had to do to reach this point. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ellie Taylor, a dating and relationship coach, and I help women all over the world, also men sometimes, but mainly women all over the world, to attract their million proposal, the dream relationship, that fulfilling, loving, committed relationship that they always dreamed of. And as you can tell, the reason I become a dating and relationship coach, because I was myself struggling with that until I found comfort in being alone, until I felt lonely. And only at the point where I felt lonely, I started to really work through things. How can I open up to having a loving, committed relationship that feels free, that feels empowering, where I don't have to take bad behavior? So let's get started, where I'm going to share with you those steps. But before I start, if you desire my support as well on your journey, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call. I will put the link in the description box, and also if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. So when I was at this stage of feeling lonely, feeling like I want an intimate relationship, but every single time I talk to a guy, there is this uncomfortable feeling, and it's just overtaking me. Yeah. Maybe you guys heard about fight, flight, freeze, right? Like the fight is if someone does something that I don't like, I would attack them, maybe not punch them, but like say something mean. Or the flight response was just like distancing myself and not wanting any intimate relationship and just being in my own house, just watching TV, having the superficial relationship, maybe just like some superficial friends, or some people, do casual dates. And the freeze response is if you feel uncomfortable, you just don't do anything and you don't know what to think, what to say, and you just fall asleep. But for me, I actually did feel this fight response, but I knew it's not really appropriate to say anything mean, and punching people isn't really legal either. So I was like, okay, let's choose freeze. Let's choose sometimes freeze, but mostly flight. So there I was, hiding in my apartment, feeling free but lonely. And I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do now? Because I don't really want any casual relationships, because there's also no emotional involvement. And I kind of need that emotional involvement where I feel seen and heard and loved, and I want to give it too. I was craving that too. Plus, if I would be intimate with someone, I would want it to be forever. If I like someone, I want to be with him forever. Why would I, have something casual and then be sad to lose him? So I knew I want commitment. I knew I want it to be emotionally available, where I'm feeling love and seen. But I was like, oh, but there was this fight, flight, freeze response in me. If I would date, the guy would say something that I didn't want to hear, or maybe he told me something about my outfit, and I was already so angry, like, how dare you comment about my outfit? And I basically had to look inside why it's happening. Why it's happening. And for me, honestly, it was a trauma response, because I had a few things happening in my childhood that were traumatic, from strangers but also from family members. And I grew up with multiple aunts and people, and I didn't really have a stable home, and I didn't believe, I couldn't really trust people. So I had a few traumas, and I was responding to them, and I was basically triggered, right? Like triggered into fight, flight, freeze. And when I thought about this logically, obviously with a coach, with a trauma informed coach and somatic healer, I realized logically those people don't do so much bad. I mean, just saying a comment, technically, I don't have to be angry, right? But I feel angry. I feel angry. What can I do? It's like, it's, I just feel so angry. I just feel scared, and I just want to run away and block this person. So, what I had to do to be able to be in a healthy, loving relationship, I had to be even more self aware what is a toxic behavior and what isn't, because a lot of the normal behaviors would trigger me into flight mode. Yeah, so I learned even more what is a healthy behavior and what isn't, with my coach. So that was like the mental shift, you could say, the mindset work. And the second point that I had to do is I had to really go into my subconscious, do some trauma, some somatic healing work, which I'm also trauma informed. I'm a somatic healer. Beside being able to help you with mindset as a coach, I'm able to really help you if there is any, deep trauma or some emotions stuck, to really release them, because that was my case. There was just so many emotions stuck from my childhood, and I was like exploding. Yeah, it was like holding 3, 4, 5 volleyballs under the water. If you just poke me, I would just explode. Not always in anger, but sometimes in just fear, and I would just run away, right? So I really had to like let go of those balls under the water to be more calm and grounded. And this really took work that is like under the head. Like the coaching and mindset is great, but I really had to work on the embodiment, on the body, on releasing whatever was the cause of me overreacting so much. It's like having this heavy backpack from whatever happened in the past, from my childhood, from maybe some accident. I had to like release it, because it was just too heavy. It was just too exhausting, and it was holding me back from attracting a loving relationship. So basically, what happened when I was able to do this work, and I'm still doing this work. If something comes up, sometimes I'm like, yay, something came up, I get to release that. But back then, it was just, I felt annoyed, honestly. I was like, oh, I don't want to do this work, but okay, I want to be in an intimate relationship, so let's do it. And with help, I released one thing after the next. I worked through my emotions. I processed my emotions where normal human behavior no longer triggered my fight or flight response. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying that you have to be cool when someone is toxic. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right now, if someone is behaving toxic to me, they would like call me names or yell at me, or I don't know, be like a friend who's always unavailable or never wants to help or gossip about me. Like absolutely, I'm having my boundaries, right? Like I'm not accepting this behavior, but I can have a loving, fulfilling, intimate relationship because I'm no longer exploding. I can set a boundary and say no without having this like fight or flight response. Yeah. And I become this unshakable person, this grounded person, like a tree. Even if there's like a storm around, I'm not in fight or flight or freeze. I'm really grounded. I'm really chill. I feel free, even there are people around me. I feel empowered. Even there are close relationships, and close relationships is what trigger us often the most. Close relationships is what bring up the childhood wounds or whatever wounds we have the most. That is why obviously I help my clients got into engagement, into a committed relationship, but so many of my clients stay beyond that point because this close relationship trigger all of those things, and then so many people get into the cycle of just break up, start over again, or just completely like me, just like let's just be alone because what's the point, you know? But that's not a good way, because if you keep breaking up, you keep crying, you keep going through grief, or if you keep being alone, you keep being feeling very lonely. And if you really desire a loving committed relationship, it's 100% possible, 100%. But those balls underwater, like imagine this is like a swimming pool and you have like 5 6 balls to hold. We can release them step by step, step by step. Because if someone pokes you and everything explodes, like we don't need that, right? But it is something that doesn't happen overnight. And if you are in this situation where you either close relationship either start making you angry, or they are making you feel like I just want to have my space, my distance, and like just don't come close. After it also manifests in you seeing mistakes in the other person. Like I had this too, where I would find flaws which were just ridiculous. Like for example, a guy, he was amazing, he was perfect, fit, millionaire. He had shoes that haven't been my style. I would be like, no, I don't want him, his shoes are ugly. Like, what? Once I'm his wife, I'm gonna buy him the shoes that I want him to wear. But like it manifested in like things in ways where my brain thought, yeah, I'm absolutely right. Like, who would date a guy with such ugly shoes? Yeah. But if you're in a situation where you are either kind of like overreacting in anger, blame, or if you just want to be alone and you push men away, and even you feel like they are not good enough, have a call with me. Let's look through that. Because eventually, I'm pretty sure I can help you move through that, and you can finally attract your top 1% man, your dream man who loves you, who adores you, who wants to commit to you, and you can feel even more free, because when you are with a man who is healthy, you will feel even more free. You can do whatever you want even more and be supported, and you will feel even more empowered, because with the right man, a man that you truly love, you can do what you want, and you are supported, and you feel fulfilled, and you feel loved. And it really shows up in all of our life areas, right? Just like when you see even my YouTube videos since years, I also keep evolving and I keep being more radiant, because that inner work not only gives you the commitment and the love that you deserve and desire, but also it shows in other life areas. It shows in having beautiful relationship with friends, family. and having more career success and generally just feeling more alive and happy in life. Okay, so if you feel like I'm the right match for you, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call, because as I mentioned, mindset work is great, knowledge is great, but sometimes we also have to go deeper into subconscious work so that all of those volleyballs can go away, so that the heavy backpack from the past, whoever hurt you, can go away, and you can finally enjoy the moment and create beautiful, intimate relationships where you still feel free, still feel amazing every single day, and obviously, you know, you attract a healthy relationship only. So, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like this video, tell me if you ever felt like you had in a relationship this feeling that you have like this fight or flight response. And if you desire more support on your journey, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call. The link will be in the description box, or you can also email me. Okay, I see you in the next one. Bye bye.